everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Cu-Poche and Nendoroid dolls and which one is better for you. So stay tuned as we get through with this review. Alright, so here we have the Cu-Poche and the Nendoroid dolls here, and they're going to kind of help you get an idea of which one of these guys is right for you and if it's worth collecting maybe both. So the first thing you're going to notice is quite obvious: their size. They're very different in sizes. The Cu-Poche are actually much bigger than the Nendoroid dolls. And I'm going to get a close-up of both so you can kind of see how they look there. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that the Cu-Poche figures seem to have a lot more articulation, and you would be absolutely correct. The Cu-Poche figures have the bendable knees, bendable ankles, bendable, elbows, and everything. So they are much more posable, whereas the Nendoroids just basically move their leg up and down and their arms up and down. So there's a lot more posability with these guys. As far as the faces go, they're both very well done. They're both great as far as the molds are concerned to look like the characters. So if you're worried, does one look better than the other as far as the painting goes, I really can't say. They both are unique in their own way. So I really enjoy how they look. I think as far as molds go, they are very well crafted. They are very detailed. I think the Cu-Poche has a little bit more of an advantage over the Nendoroids because they do have a little bit more detail than the Nendoroids do, but not by much. So if it's posability you're looking for, then definitely the Cu-Poche figures here are a definite win. Now, the one thing that also is nice about these guys is they do have the magnetic feet, which makes posing them all that more fun because you don't actually need the peg stand. Whereas these guys, they have such tiny little feet, you kind of almost have to have the attachment to them. And as you can see, I'm going to try and show the differences here with the Cu-Poche stand. It's a little bit different. It's got a lot more of those joints, but they aren't quite so different from the Nendoroid counterparts. They just have a couple more poses that you can achieve with them. Now, I will say the Cu-Poche have that more dynamic feel to them. For example, in the cape here, because of the way that it goes over the stick there to hold her up, it allows for some nice dynamic poses, whereas the cape in the Nendoroid, well, it's the thing sticks right into the cape, so you really can't get as many dynamic poses as you would like. Now, with some of these, you can't take the cape off. In this instance, she can take her cape off, but if you're looking to get that more dynamic approach, the Cu-Poche is better. Now, I know it seems like I'm favoring the Cu-Poche more than the Nendoroids, and in some instances, yes, that's true. The Cu-Poche, in my opinion, is a lot better for certain characters, but for other characters, the Nendoroid figure is absolutely perfect. They're small. You can fit quite a few, as you can see behind me in my cabinet. You can fit quite a few of these guys if you wanted to into a cabinet, so which is very nice. And you could put, stacking shelves on there so you can fit a lot more. And they're really pleasant to look at. I really do enjoy them. They're adorable. I love the chibi aspect that you get from them. So the other problem with the Cu-Poche is you're not going to find as many characters in the Cu-Poche line than you are going to find in the Nendoroid line. So that is a drawback for me, is that the Cu-Poche really doesn't have as many options for you as far as the animes go, whereas the Nendoroids has a massive line of, Nendoroids, even TV shows, movies, VTubers, all that great stuff. So you're very limited as to which Cu-Poche you can get. Now, the nice thing is Nendoroid also is starting to come out with the Nendoroid doll line, and I'll get into that a little bit later on the Nendoroid versus the doll line. But if you're looking for something a little more even dynamic than the Nendoroid, you're going to want to check into that. And like I said, I'll get into that in a later video. As far as price goes, they're about the same. You're not really going to save more than maybe a few dollars, depending on which character. Obviously, the more popular the anime is, the more expensive the character seems to be. Also, compared to how many parts there is for the character, will also depend on, how much it's going to cost. Now, the nice thing about the Nendoroid characters is they do come with little accessories to make, things a little bit more dynamic with them, whereas the Cu-Poche line really doesn't. You get what you pay for as far as what you see. So, in my opinion, that is a little bit of a drawback. I would have loved to have seen little accessories like that to go with the Cu-Poche line. And in very few, there is that. But again, it's very few because there aren't many of these guys around to speak of. Now, in the link down below, I'm going to put some places that you can get either or. And hopefully, if you've been looking at a character and deciding, trying to hem and haw and going, do I get the Cu-Poche? Do I get the Nendoroid? Hopefully, this kind of helped you in that aspect. And yeah, hopefully, you'll be able to figure out what's best for you, or if both. Personally, I liked both, so I got both. And there's no shame in that, right? Now, is this right for you? That's for you to decide, I guess. But hopefully this review helped you in making that decision. Or maybe I didn't help you at all and now you're just going to get both anyway. Either way, I hope you have a great day, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Stay safe out there and be good to each other. I'll see you again next week. Bye.